if you could introduce yourself to us.
Okay, my name's Andy Hall, I'm the lead writer.
Hi, my name's Greg Allison and I'm the lead animator.
Nice. So, can you tell us what the difference about the campaign and the story itself will be from the first Warhammer?
Okay, so this is a totally separate sequel. So if you haven't got Warhammer 1, don't worry, buy Warhammer 2. It's a self-contained product, and in that we have the Eye of the Vortex campaign, which is the campaign that you'll get at the start. We'll talk about what happens later. And this is a kind of narrative-driven campaign involving the 4 different races that come with it. So obviously the Skaven, Lizardmen, Dark and Light Elves. Light Elves? High Elves.
They got light colours.
Yeah. And so something's gone wrong with the Vortex. So if you're a Warhammer lore fiend, like myself, you know that the Vortex is quite key to keeping the Warhammer world in balance. It sucks all the access magic that floods from chaos away. So if anyone kind of upsets or alters that, there's going to be trouble. And that's what happens at the start of our campaign. Basically the comet that's often seen in Warhammer goes over, but this time it's gone a bit lower than usual. It's knocked the Vortex out of kilter, making it vulnerable, and now all 4 of these races are in a race to control the Vortex, keep the status quo. The Lizardmen want to kind of obviously bolster it and protect it as well, and then the Dark Elves want to kind of subsume it, to use it to destroy the High Elves, and the Skaven want to take it for their own nefarious means. What this allows us in a gameplay way is to give us sort of plot tension throughout the whole campaign. So before a criticism you can fairly level at Total War is that as soon as you become the biggest kid on the block, the kind of the largest empire, you lose a bit of tension because no one can take you, and it's just kind of a steamroller then to control the map. With this kind of new campaign and new mechanic, you're in a race to control the Vortex. And how you control the Vortex is with the rituals. So you're in a race to complete 5 rituals, and all the other AI races are in the same race with you. So even if you have the biggest empire as the Skaven, if the Dark Elves are 2 rituals ahead of you, they're probably going to beat you in the campaign. So you've got to make sure you're casting those rituals. How you perform the rituals is, or how you accrue the ritual currency. Skaven, that's warpstone, which is a big thing in their lore. It depends. You can kind of go the empire building route, the traditional Total War route, or you could play loads of the narrative missions that are kind of given to you, or you know, you could do a mixture of the 2, or build certain buildings and ritual things. So we've got a really cool story. Well, I hope it's cool. I wrote it, but also, you know, if you want to kind of forsake that and just kind of do your own sandbox thing, you can still do that too. Sorry, that was a long talk.
It's okay. So, the question is, when you mentioned that the races AI prepare from the rituals in itself, and they were racing, can you actually disrupt them from making the rituals?
Yes, you can. You have a ritual intervention mechanic which allows you to go and kind of try and stop them doing that. You can also, if we're using the kind of the analogy of it's a running race, you can also, like, if you take their legs out from under them, they can't actually perform in that race. So if you kind of just conquer them, they're obviously out the race by default. So you can do it in several ways.
That's good. And what I've noticed, I've played already of the first Warhammer Total War, and there is some new things on the campaign, like the treasures. You notice that they giving you boosts, different boosts, and is there, like, what I've noticed, this was mainly focused on like army bonuses in campaign or in actual battle, and will there be other bonuses contained within these treasures?
Yeah, I mean, you've got like the encounters at sea, and you can go into treasure hunt the ruins now. So again, it's not just the case that there have been cities on the map, so you can go to different kind of ruins, and sometimes those ruins might be Skaven settlements if you're not playing the Skaven. That's kind of one of their things. But other times they might be ruins, and then you play this kind of like mini choose your own adventure kind of thing through kind of dilemmas, and so there might be a stranger there offering you gifts and stuff like that, or there might be just I don't know, undead kind of gold or treasures and stuff. It'll be up to you to take those or make the correct decision to take that thing.
Thank you. So if I move to you, you are the lead animator, and what was the what we can expect different from the
well, each race is completely different, so we've done a completely new set of animations. So what we didn't want to do is just like you feel like, oh, it's a reskin, it's a reuse. So how the lizardmen move, they move completely different. We made a conscious, decision that they were going to be like move like more like a lizard. So when you see them on the the battles or the campaign map, they've got that kind of natural kind of curve animations. We did try to think about mocap in it, but we didn't like it. It just looked like men, and we didn't want, and it was losing the flavour. So we decided to kind of hand key all the animations for lizardmen, so how they move differently. Same for the Skaven. We took a mocap route that time there, which time we had animators just jumping into the mocap studio, behaving like rats or whatever, and that worked quite well. And even each of the elves, they kind of got a different flavour to them. So you got the high elves, are very more kind of clinical in their kind of look, so they're well trained, and then they're drilled. They're kind of perfect. Dark elves, because they're from the same kind of family, historically, but now they're kind of diverted. They're kind of very, obviously dark elves. They don't play by the rules. So it's also Geneva conventions. They wouldn't go for it, kind of,
Definitely don't abide by that.
So we try to put that in the animation. So some of the idols are a bit kind of there, or some of their, some of the poses to the lords are very kind of, very distinctive. So we spent a lot of time on just on kind of the assets. They look different.
There's giant versus giant.
Yeah, a new thing is like giant versus giant animations. So one of the things taken from Warhammer, we felt like the giants, we could have done more of them. It's just purely because of the time, we just couldn't do them justice. But one thing we realised is that when it was giant versus giant, you didn't really see anything. They could all play in the same kind of canned animations. We had match versus the infantry. But when you got you spent a lot of money on this cool, unit, this big giant monster, fight another monster, it was very underwhelming. So now we've got actual matchups. So you've got Hellpit, Abomination, fighting a dragon. We've actually now got a match animation, so it looks a bit more kind of spectacular. The thing we really wanted to do was to add that kind of spectacle. Is a visual kind of element. So, like, we also want to play really good, but be an entertainment product as well. So it's quite fun to watch, to look at, kind of thing.
Yeah. So we've got like the Hellpit Abomination doing a wrestling move on what's it, console?
Yeah, that's some crazy stuff. Yeah,
imagine being an animator and being asked to, can you make this monster give this Tyrannosaurus Rex a surplex?
Yeah. In fact, you've got dinosaurs riding dinosaurs as well. It's kind of
with lasers.
Yeah, with lasers. Yeah.
So another question is, will we be seeing other races than these? Like, will there be chaos?
Well, talk specifically Chaos. Obviously, Chaos is already available, and we've just announced Norse as a kind of order bonus, and they're playable in Warhammer 1 from the 10th of August. So we're kind of ticking the Chaos box for now. To the kind of great question, I think we've already always said we want to get all 16 Warhammer races in the game, and so I think it's a safe bet. Obviously, we're not going to confirm anything today. That we'll get the other races that won't be in Warhammer 3. We'll probably fill the gap that time between Warhammer 2 and Warhammer 3 with DLC, and some of that DLC will form new races.
And Warhammer 3 is actually released quite in short schedule after the one. First. And can you expect this similar, like quick release, I would say, with free?
No, so we hit the ground running with Warhammer 1 and with Warhammer 2, didn't we?
Yeah.
We pretty much went straight in there.
Yeah.
But you know, for historical fans, you know, there will be a historical title, which also gives us a bit of breathing space to think about Warhammer 3.
Well, they're working on something now.
Yes.
So, a separate team between the two.
Yeah, we have, but they'll probably big announcement for them, which gives us a little bit more time. So I think it's fair to say there's going to be a long wait between 2 and 3. But you know, we will be working as hard and fast as we can.
This is one tricky question. Can we expect some like limited edition or collectibles?
Limited edition, what? For Warhammer 2? There is a special edition.
So
It's the Sotek. So it's a Lisbon themed box with a puzzle globe, and I think that's available now actually if you want to pre-order. But it's a limited number, as in limited edition. So order now rather than later.
Yeah, exactly.
And I bet you will be planning when the all 3 games are released, some like whole edition.
Yeah, I think
the important point there is the games will work together. So Warhammer 1 and Warhammer 2, not straight away. First big patch will be to import a map that all these races that you own, so including any DLC races you own, will all be on the same map. No narrative this time, pure sandbox. You get to try and take over the world, you get to go fight the Empire if you're Skaven and vice versa.
Exactly,
We need some matched animations.
Yeah, I know. I'm dreading to think of all the different kind of matched animations between things. But yeah, I mean, like each race, the amount of hours I put in. I'm still playing Warhammer 1 at the moment, and it's just like the amount of hours I put into it. It's just like crazy. So
Also, how hard was like? I know that there was some hard times with Warhammer 1 when the vampires didn't have shooting units, long-range units.
Yes.
And can we expect some specialties like this in Warhammer 2?
I think so, yeah, and I think that's part of the charm and how they play. Because we did get people going, oh, we want range units in the vampire thing. And it's like, no, that's not the point. You know, there's other things you can do, like raising the dead and stuff like that. So yeah, each race definitely has different strengths. Skaven, obviously, they're all about lots and lots of low-quality troops. The High Elves are really good defenders, but have got some really punchy units to counter-attack with, and their long range, their ranged weapons are just unbelievable.
But the thing is, you want each race to be different. It's like a new game. Like the content's different, and the gameplay is different. So I think that's what's the unique thing about Warhammer. So each race you're playing is like starting again. When I went from dwarves into vampire counts, it kind of threw me. Like, hang on, where's my range units? You know, I think this is not how I play.
That was actually when I was playing with Chaos, firstly, and then I go to the High Elves in the first game. It was totally complete experience. Chaos main troops slow, bulky, but they are.
That's a good thing. It makes each race different, and we want that. We want each race to feel like a different game, effectively, within the total war kind of sphere. So you know, I think it's fair to say the amount of hours you get for the price. If you kind of judge it down, it's like pence per hour entertainment. You can't do that at the cinema, can you?
It's like I already spent like many hours on it. So my weekends are filled. Actually, so I expect the same with this.
Good, good. Are there many players in your audience? Is Warhammer popular?
Yeah, I think yes. Well, you know, it's not like a major team, but it's popular. A lot of know people about it.
Good. Well, I hope to make those players happy with Warhammer 2.
So I will give a mic.
There's no time.
Okay, we will have
So say just one thing on you. Can you tell hello to our fans.
Hi,
Czech-
hi,
Czech-
I hope you enjoy Warhammer 2.
Thank you for the interview and have a nice day. And I wish you luck with the game.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.